Hi, I'm Bilal Ghandour, and I'd like to welcome you to Therapy for All. This is a series, a mini-series of a short number of sessions of therapy to help you familiarize yourself with the process. For some people, it's complicated. For others, it's simply mysterious. And the purpose of this mini-series is to allow you to see how the process goes on and to see that it is perfectly normal, perfectly acceptable, and even interesting to go through the process of therapy. So hope you'll enjoy this mini-series. Well, Kim, I'm glad you're here. I know you had trouble getting to our office. Difficult to get here, but I hope we can talk about the things that really matter to you. Can you tell me briefly first what's on your mind, why you're here?
Well, I mean, I'm here because someone told me that I should come because, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of people don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why they don't like me. And, you know, I was talking to my friend and she thought that I should come and talk to you.
Did she say that it was particularly because you didn't think people liked you, or did she have another thing in mind when she pushed you to come?
Well, I mean, she was just, I guess, frustrated because I kept telling her all of these people that didn't like me. And, you know, I think that they're just jealous. And it's sometimes hard to be around people when they're jealous of you. But I was a little hurt that they didn't like me, and she just thought it would be good to talk about that.
Sure. Could you tell me a little bit, Kim, about that in terms of what is it that they don't like about you? What do they say?
Well, I mean, like, okay, so I got fired from my job because my coworker doesn't like me, and so she told the boss that she didn't like me, and I don't know why. I do a really good job. I mean, probably a better job than she does. In fact, I'm probably the best employee they've ever had, so I don't know why they fired me because I'm a really good employee, and I don't know why they don't like me.
What is it you do for work?
I work in an office as a secretary, and I was a great secretary. So I just, you know, I really just think she was kind of jealous of me.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the friends that do like you, what do they say about you?
Well, I mean, I guess they say, like, I'm fun. I mean, I'm really, really fun. I'm fun to hang out with, and I find, like, a lot of really fun stuff to do. And I know a lot of really cool people, and they really like to hang out with me because of that. I like to party and stay up all night, and I mean, stuff like that. They just, you know, they just like me because of that.
And you like them for what reason?
I guess because they like me. I mean, I don't know. They're fun. It's fun to hang out with them, and I don't know. I just like them.
Well, it's great that they like you, which is a good reason why you might want to like someone. But oftentimes people choose friends because of certain qualities they have or certain characteristics. And could you think a little bit more as to why you would be drawn to particular people versus others?
Well, I mean, they do a lot of really fun stuff, and I like to hang out with them when we do fun stuff together. And like my one friend Rebecca is really, really funny, so I like hanging out with her because she makes me laugh. And like my one friend has a Jeep, and it's really fun to go with him. His name's Sam, and we go and we like ride in his Jeep and do fun stuff. So I guess, like, I mean, I have fun with them.
So lots of fun with friends. How about the time on your own? Is there something that you enjoy with your own private time?
I don't really like to be alone. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I really would rather be around people. When I'm alone, I guess I kind of get bored. So I'd really rather be, you know, around people. I like to be the life of the party, that kind of thing.
So boredom is something you try to avoid at
Right.
At
Yeah. I
conflict.
mean, you only have one life, so I don't really want to be bored in mine.
Yeah. What about people in your life in terms of family? What kind of relationship you have with them?
Like my parents don't like me, and they barely call. Well, you know, they haven't probably called in a few years. I don't know. They never call, actually. And when I call them, they seem like they can't wait to get off the phone with me. And my sisters are all right. I mean, I guess I call my sister a lot. She doesn't always take my calls, but I do call her a lot, and I try to tell her, you know, what's going on with my life. And I tell her about my daughter. She really likes to hear about, you know, how great my daughter is doing and that kind of thing. I don't know. I feel like, you know, they don't connect with me. Like, they don't really understand me.
Okay. Now, my question with that is, do you feel that they don't like you because they just don't understand you, or you also feel that they're jealous, as you said, some of your quote unquote friends
I'm sure some of it is jealousy because my parents weren't really well off growing up, and then I kind of made a name for myself and became somebody, and I'm sure there's a little bit of that. But they're not very good people either. They're just very self-absorbed, all about them and what's going on in their life and what they want to do. And I think that when I call them, they almost feel like, oh, I have to take time out of my busy schedule to talk to her, and so they just don't.
Has anyone said anything, not that I'm saying this is a problem with you, but have they said anything about what they think is some of their difficulties they have with you, some of their complaints?
My dad, he's just ridiculous. He says I'm a liar, that I embellish the truth. I never tell him really what's going on. And, I mean, of course, everybody embellishes the truth sometimes. But, I mean, for the most part, I feel like I'm really honest. And even when I do things that I probably shouldn't do, I mean, I'm honest about what really happened when I'm asked directly. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, he uses the word liar, which I think is kind of harsh because I'm just doing what everyone else does, which is kind of, embellishing the truth a little. Mm-hmm. Making things seem a little better. I don't want to be a downer and say what's really going on.
Can you give me an example of what is embellishing the truth situation?
Well, okay, so when I got hired on as a secretary for my job that I lost recently, I led them to believe that I was the assistant to the president of the company, which, I mean, I do see him in the hall, so it's not like, we don't ever see each other. It's just that I'm really actually like the assistant to his assistant. But again, we see each other. So, I am technically an assistant to him. It's just that I'm, work under his assistant. So I don't know, like that bugged him that I wasn't completely honest about being the direct assistant. So I just kind of think that's ridiculous.
Okay, so you've given me a number of examples where you feel people either don't understand you well or they're jealous of you, and so you don't feel that there's anything about you that's possibly a reason to work with in terms of trying to change something about the way you handle things, maybe experience things or interpret things?
I don't know. I'm sure, there's always things you can change about yourself. I feel like I'm a really good friend. I'm always wanting to do things for people, and I try to be around people. Like last week, I took my entire paycheck, my last paycheck, because I just got fired, but I took my whole paycheck. I paid for all of my friends to go to this concert with me. And it was awesome. Like, I feel like that's really giving. And then people turn around and say that I'm not understanding or I'm not giving or I'm not kind. That's very frustrating because I just paid like $250 of my money to pay for this big concert to go to. And then it's like they don't care. Mm-hmm. And my parents were frustrated because, I have my daughter and they're saying, why are you paying $250 for this? But, child support takes care of that. I don't even need to worry about that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yes, there's probably some things I could change about myself. A lot of times I just think it's them, they're just very ungrateful.
Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely, Kim. That's a very generous act, you getting out of your way to try to help them out. Yet, for some reason, they don't seem to be grateful for what you did. So maybe your friend's suggestion of coming here is that maybe I can take a look at this from a different perspective and provide some additional information that might help you figure things out.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's probably what we can spend some time doing, and the next few weeks maybe discuss certain aspects of your life or your personality in general that I could understand better. But I think the main idea is what is going on. I get out of my way to try to help people, and they're not reciprocating.
Right.
And you feel in some way, I don't know, you didn't use this word, but sort of betrayed.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. And I guess I feel like maybe I'm making bad choices for friends, and maybe that we could work on how to help me make better choices in friends, maybe, because with them being so ungrateful, it's very frustrating. So maybe I'm just like choosing bad people to spend time with. I don't know.
Sure, that's definitely something that we will explore. It does happen a lot, just to give you a general impression. People tend to navigate towards folks that might not necessarily be the best choice. So maybe next week we'll talk more specifically about the traits of those individuals, what draws them to you, and why they might not necessarily be good for you.
Okay.
In a first meeting, is there anything else that you think that you'd want to know, or a question that you'd want to ask?
No, nothing I can think of. No, I think I understand.
Okay. So we'll continue next week.
Sounds great. Thanks.
All right.